All right, guys, we are here at Flat Creek. This is a brand new subdivision that is coming soon here in Castroville. We are next door to Alsatian Oaks, which will be the neighborhood over there, which you just saw us feature last week. But it is right off 90, right here. Now, this subdivision is going to be featuring 4 amazing builders. I'm gonna get to that in just a minute, but why don't we get started right now? If this is your first time to our channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and surrounding areas, including Castroville, make sure you subscribe or tap that bell for notifications to ensure that you're one of the first to be notified when we bring you new market updates, like this one. My name is Katie Powers, and my husband Steven Garza and I get phone calls, emails, and texts from people just like you every single day who are looking to make a move into the area. Whether you're 6 days, 6 months, or honestly, even a year out, give us a call. We would be honored to help you find your next lifestyle and your next home. All of our information is listed right below. Steve and I and our team, our growing team out here at Lifestyles of San Antonio team, would be honored to be your realtors of choice. Now let's continue diving into Flat Creek. This is a very long entryway, so you are really set off from Highway 90. We've got 4 builders, as I mentioned, and 2 different size lots. So as we come up on this cute little roundabout, you've got 60-foot lots on one side and 50-foot lots on the other side. On the 50-foot lots, we have Beazer and David Weekley. Steve, I'm gonna have you pan to this sign so they can see this beautiful sign that they've got here. Beazer Homes and David Weekley are on the 50-foot lots, and then you have Perry and Toll Brothers, which, as you can see, the sticks that are being built right over here, that is the Perry model. And Toll Brothers hasn't broke ground quite yet, but Perry and Beazer will be the first to have the models out here, and Perry will beat everybody in true Perry fashion. They don't wait to get those models up, they put them up quick. Now, this is a massive community. It's directly competing with Alsatian Oaks, in my opinion, but really both communities are great. This one's gonna offer more options for floor plans and builders. Your price points on the 60s are starting, what I can see so far, again, we're very new to the community, but it's going to be starting in the upper 6s up to about 800, 850-ish. If you deck it out and do a very large, 4,000 plus square foot home. On the 50-foot lots, we don't have pricing yet, so you'll just want to stay tuned for that. But I would assume it's very competitive to Alsatian Oaks, so most likely 500s is where you're gonna be at the 50 lots. But again, it's David Weekley and Beazer. They're gonna compete on pricing, and you might really luck out. They might be starting in the 4s, we just don't know quite yet. But what's to come? A 10-acre amenity center. So they have 10 acres for dog park, I mean, all the things, right? The pool, the amenity center. I do not believe it has a gym. We didn't see any information on the gym, but you are getting a massive pool, splash pad, dog park, park playground, basketball court, tennis court, all of those great amenities at just $600 a year. That's awesome. Now guys, as I continue to walk this, I do just wanna point out we do have some cars coming, so I don't really wanna get ran over today. So we just gotta be careful, and Katie walking in heels is never really backwards. This is comical, actually. We might get me flat on my face. But I do wanna point out, we've got some street signs already coming out. Obviously they need to mow some grass here, but this is a construction zone. You've got a really cool stone wall here. The signs are up, but take a look at these street signs here. I think their vision for this community is definitely I don't know a nice kosher way to say this, a step above Alsatian. I think they are direct competing with the same size lots and pricing, but the way the street signs are and what they've lined out with this big circle, you know, roundabout and separating the 50s and 60s very clearly, they are putting that bar just a little higher. You're gonna have sidewalks throughout and walking trails with which they've started putting forms up for the walking trails all over here. But all of this is coming soon. As soon as the models are done, it looks like they're gonna be done around, well, Perry will be done, it's framing. Perry will be done in the next 3 months. So we can assume that we will have an update for you in November. Inventory homes are already starting for Perry as well. So Perry will be the first to make sales in this neighborhood as the other builders build out. So you'll want to stick around for that update when it's coming. But as it starts progressing, we'll definitely get you an update probably in December once Toll Brothers and Perry's are done for sure. I kind of feel like a newscaster right now, I'm not gonna lie, like coming soon. But stick around, I'm gonna bring you on a map video right now so you can see where this neighborhood is located and get the vibe of what Castroville is. We got some good drone footage of the newer section of Castroville and kind of old Castroville, so you can see the lay of the land. I will just give you a heads up for the topography out here, guys. Flat. Castroville is flat. It's all farmland. We are at the base, lower than the hill country. Lotus starts to get more hilly and into the hill country, but out here it is very flat land. Not as many oaks, not as many trees, I should say. So definitely more flat. But that's what we have for you guys. So why don't we dive into the map video right now? As promised, we are gonna jump right into the map video so you guys can see where Flat Creek is in regards to San Antonio. So let's jump right in. All right, so here we are, San Antonio on the map, super zoomed out, so you can get an overview of San Antonio as a whole. This neighborhood, Flat Creek, is actually gonna be located right about here. So you can see it in the grand scheme of things. Outside San Antonio, we've got 2 major loops here. In San Antonio, we've got the outer loop of 1604 that goes around the exterior. And I say that, you know, jokingly because it used to be the outer loop, but honestly, San Antonio's grown so much that there's a lot of San Antonio outside of 1604. You have the inner loop here of 410, and the main road, if you were looking in the Castroville area, is going to be right here off 90, which this neighborhood is directly off of 90. And if you continue 90 going west, it is actually, I'm sorry, going east, it is actually going to turn into I-10 and take you over to Houston. If you took I-10 west, you could stay on to turn into 90, or it will route you downtown and go technically north, even though it's west. And take you towards California. You also have 211, which is a main road that just finished, and it connects you all the way from Bandera to I-90. This is a great shortcut if you're looking in the northwest or west part of San Antonio and surrounding areas like Castroville. And then you also have, I mean, you have quite a few roads in here, smaller, but this is gonna be Potranco Road here, and then downtown Castroville there. So let's clean this up. Let's zoom in so you can see what is around specifically Flat Creek. All right, so here we are zoomed in a little bit better. You can see Flat Creek is going to be, let's say right here while we're working on this, while we're still zoomed out. It does have a long driveway that goes into it, so you do have, it's not right off of I-90, as you guys saw, it's pushed back quite a bit, so you don't have that road noise, which is great. some of the things that I want to show you that are coming soon. All right, you've got Lackland Air Force Base here. Also Kelly Air Force Base, which is the port of San Antonio now, where you have Boeing and a bunch of other aviation companies and cybersecurity tech companies that are all coming in this area, which is why this area is so popular for living, because it's just an easy straight access down 90 to all of this stuff. Now, what are other things that are coming? You have 1604 is right here. So what is close to you? You have right off Petrenko. This is Petrenko Road. So right off 211 in Petrenko, you have HEB, you have a whole bunch of fast food, a whole bunch of restaurants. But really where the neighborhood is, you have a super Walmart right here. So you're like 3 minutes away from your everyday grocery shopping if you wanted to use that. There is a little birdie that keeps telling me an HEB is coming soon and that they own land in Castroville, but they have not broke ground. I do not have any proof of that happening. It's just noise at this point. But you do have the Walmart there. If you wanted to use an HEB, this HEB up Petrenko is going to be the closest and fastest. You're just going to come down to 211 and jump right up to 11. You have a Costco located right here off Petrenko in 1604. You also have a whole shopping center that has been placed right here off 1604, which has like a TJ Maxx, a Ross Dress for Less. It has a whole bunch of restaurants, like your chain restaurants. But you've got every fast food you could possibly think of, big restaurants, all along 1604 along here. You also have Alamo Ranch, which is located right here. And Alamo Ranch Parkway has a lot of restaurants as well, more mom and pop. They have a great Mediterranean food restaurant place there. Oh, it's so good. Steve and I went, it's great. If you check out our Alamo Ranch video, we did do Best Kept Secret in Alamo Ranch at the very end of that video, and Steve and I actually go and eat at that Mediterranean restaurant. It's actually very good and definitely worth the drive. It would definitely be a drive for you from Castroville, but it's worth it. You also have a Chick-fil-A off Petrenko in 1604. I always bring that up because in my mind, once a Chick-fil-A is in, you're big time. Like, all of the other developments are going to be coming. Note to self, or note for you guys, in a previous life, before I became a real estate agent, I worked for a developer out in Virginia Beach, other side of the US, right, in Virginia. But I worked for a developer out there, and we used to get Chick-fil-A and TJ Maxx, and we would build these commercial developments, and my job was to fill all of the commercial developments and shopping malls and stuff. And so each company has a book of what requirements they have before they will build there. And Chick-fil-A was one of the hardest people for us to fill because they have a very specific demographic that they need to meet before they put a restaurant there. So anyway, all that being said, that is why it's not just that I love Chick-fil-A, which I do love Chick-fil-A, but it's also because their requirements for how many homes are within a radius and what the income level has to be in those homes in that radius is it's a very high standard. And so every time I see a Chick-fil-A, I'm like, boom, this area is going to explode, because if Chick-fil-A sees the growth, you're going to have a lot more coming, which you will. So all that being said, things that are going to be right outside of Flat Creek other than your Walmart, I have this nifty picture that I want to show you guys because I took this picture. Now I understand it says Alsatian Oaks. Alsatian Oaks is the neighboring community right next to Flat Creek. So this will be in front of Alsatian Oaks, which is literally less than a minute outside of the neighborhood. So something to think on in the next 12 months. You're gonna have a Burlington Coat Factory. You're gonna have Ulta, y'all. That is huge for Castroville. All the girls in Castroville are so excited. All all girls of all ages. Ulta is great. You're gonna have easy access to makeup. You're gonna have a TJ Maxx and a Ross Dress for Less right there. James Avery, awesome. It's a very random store that I would not have expected to go in this shopping center, but that's great. I think James Avery is great, and they're definitely putting up more spots around San Antonio. Portillo's, which is this Chicago restaurant, they just opened one in Cibolo, and now they're opening one here in Castroville. Rack Room Shoes, that's great. There's no shoe stores in Castroville. You do have to come into San Antonio for shopping. So that's great. And then Bath and Body Works is also going in. Looks like one person was going to be there, but they bowed out. One company bowed out. But I wanted to bring this to you guys so you can see lots of shopping coming to Castroville. I'm in real estate, right? So I look at big picture things. And when I see things like this, especially with my background working for developers, all I see is now is a great time to buy into Castroville. It's growing, it's expanding, and home values are only going to go up from now as Castroville continues to grow. This neighborhood, both Flat Creek and Alsatian Oaks, are at the front of Castroville, right? Like you have to drive into Castroville from these neighborhoods. And what I mean of into, I mean like 2 stoplights. Like it's not a big city yet. But it being closer to San Antonio than on the other side, where I think a lot of Castroville growing is going to have to grow on the other side of 90. That is going to take a long time to develop. These are going to be hot in the future and now because they're closer into Lackland Air Force Base. They're closer into San Antonio. So you're really, to me, it looks like Bernie. I hate saying Castroville is the next Bernie. It is completely different topography, a different vibe altogether. But if you look at where Bernie was 30 years ago to where Bernie is today, it's very similar where Castroville is right now. It's just slow mom and pop, but the city council is now allowing in more big business, which is great for real estate. So that being said, I do have the first 60 section of Flat Creek here. Again, this is Perry's because Perry is the only one that is already building inventory homes and already has the plats available for us to look at. Beazer is coming, David Weekley is coming, and Toll Brothers is about to break ground. So we're gonna have all of this more for you in an update, but I just wanted to show you this is what the first phase 1 of the 60-foot sections, which is only going to be Perry and Toll Brothers. So as you can see in blue, these are all the inventory homes that are currently under construction. It does tell you the way Perry does their floor plans are based, like most of your builders have their floor plans based off names. Like David Weekley has the Jacksboro. That's my favorite floor plan with David Weekley, which they will be building in the 50 section here. I did confirm this. But the Jacksboro, right? Like they have different names. Perry does it based off square footage, which is confusing sometimes because they'll add in, they'll turn into a 4-bedroom into a 5th bedroom, and then the square footage doesn't match the name of the floor plan. But I digress. We won't keep going down that rabbit hole. But 2944W, that is going to be about a 3,000 square foot home. Then you have the 3890. Holy shnikes, that's going to be a big house. So almost 4,000 square feet, and who knows, it might be over 4,000 by the time they do their selections on it. But all that to be said, this is what they have coming. These are all the lots available with Perry that you can choose, and they're already pre-selling. So could you call me tomorrow and say, hey Katie, I freaking love this lot 101. I can fit my 3-car side by side. I'm gonna have a big backyard. I wanna be on that lot. Absolutely. I don't have pricing on the lot premiums yet, but if you are interested in any one of these lots, I can most definitely get you a lot premium. But this 119, these 2 lots would actually be really good. This is this retaining wall. This is the retaining wall right here that you see in the beginning of the video, and the turnaround, the turnabout that they're putting there that I'm walking up. So this, your backyard would literally be overlooking the entrance to the neighborhood, but nobody could be building behind you, and it's pretty high up because that retaining wall is pretty high. And then they're gonna put a fence above that retaining wall. So you really would have some pretty cool views. That's just my personal opinion, but anyway. So there's gonna be more phases. This is gonna be a big neighborhood as they continue to add on, but this is section phase 1 of the 60s. Now I do not have the 50s because Perry is not building in the 50s. David Weekley hasn't released their lot picks yet, which are with Beazer. Now, one thing that I will say before I go back to the map is we went and toured some Beazer Homes the other day, which you guys will see that video coming soon. But Beazer's come a long way. David Weekley and Beazer are going to be really, really comparable. And I'm excited to see their floor plans and how they compete in this neighborhood. Beazer does spray foam throughout the home. Huge energy efficiency benefit there. But David Weekley also does spray foam, not in the attic, but they do spray foam in between your 2x6s. Beazer and David Weekley are building with 2x6s, so just more sturdy, more energy efficient. So they are really comparable builders building next to each other. So I'm really excited for what they have in store for this community. So I just want to get that out there. But let's go back to the map because I want you guys to get a really good idea of what's going on around. As I zoom in, you can actually kind of see how you really, especially since I just showed you the lots for Perry, you can see as you come in, you've got a really long entrance to this neighborhood. And then it gives you that roundabout that we were at. You can see right there. And then as it comes back this way, you have that other cul-de-sac roundabout, and then it's going to continue to go this way. So the neighborhood will continue to grow. It's going to be like all of this here. And then this is the section over here, which is the 50s. So, I mean, this is going to be a really big neighborhood. As you can see, you have a super Walmart located right here, right off the entrance. It's right there. You have a vet clinic. You clearly have a car dealership there if you want to buy cars. And then as you come in to Castroville, you have a great bakery. You've got a couple restaurants. It's really still mom and pop. They've got a really great meat market. Steve's brother and his friend honestly drive all the way out to Castroville to go to that meat market to get some beef jerky. They have some really good beef jerky out there, but everything is still mom and pop. And then to go into San Antonio, you'll go the opposite direction. But like I said, lots to come in Castroville, lots of growth coming. It's really great. You do have a private airport right here. This is a small airport. It is not the international airport. You will still need to drive 40 minutes to the airport. This is just a little, obviously, skydiving. They have a business that does skydiving out of there, but very small. You do have Medina Valley High School, which is where this school is routed to, which is right here. So it is literally, they don't even have to get on 90. They're going to come out of the neighborhood, probably do a U-turn and come down this road into 471 to get to the high school right here. So high school is very close. There is a brand new elementary and such being built off 211, but I have a feeling that the elementary for Castroville is very close as well. So I would definitely make sure you do your research. Greatschools.org or niche.com will give you better information on the school district. So you'll definitely want to keep that in mind. I would highly suggest that you look it over, but keep in mind Medina County is exploding, like we just talked about. So the schools that you're going to be getting are going to be state-of-the-art, brand new schools. So there's not going to be a lot of ratings because the schools aren't even built, or they are personally being built right now. I know Medina County or Medina Valley ISD has another high school and middle school currently being built that are opening in August of 2026 for the new school year. So it is exploding out here. It is a smaller ISD. So if there are some of you guys that are coming from smaller towns and kind of get overwhelmed thinking about putting your kids in these big 6A schools in San Antonio, Medina Valley ISD might be a great fit for you. It is a smaller county, smaller schools, so that might be a good fit. Totally up to you guys. So I'm gonna zoom out now that you guys can see what's directly around. I'm gonna do quick overview of what else is around, just so you can get an idea. So you have the neighborhood located right here. You have the airport right here. So you would take 90 all the way down and then take 281. That will take you right up to the airport. So you are 45 minutes to the airport. Your closest hospital is going to be, if you're military, your closest hospital is Lackland. If you are not, your closest hospital is going to be over here by Villages of West Creek off of 1604. They just put in a new Methodist hospital right over here. There is also doctors in urgent care in Castroville, but if you want to go to the hospital, that you have that as well. You are 15 to 20 minutes to Lackland depending on traffic, so definitely want to do your research there. You're 25 to 30 minutes into downtown San Antonio. You are 15 to 20 minutes to SeaWorld. And then for all the shopping over here, Fiesta, Texas. It's raining a lot right now, so please disregard all these flash flood warnings. We're just getting a lot of rain. Everything is fine. But this, the Rim, Fiesta, Texas, all of that stuff off of I-10 and 1604, you're going to be about 45 minutes away from that as well, going up 1604. I wanted to show you on MLS. So as you can see, these are the homes that are currently being built by Perry. They are all inventory homes that Perry is building, as you can see here. This one is 2,900 square feet on the market for $689. And as we go, they're all Perry. Perry's the only one that's started building in here. All right, they go all the way up. This is the biggest mamma jamma. This is the one that I showed you on the section that said 3,800. And sure enough, they have it at 3,800 right here. This is what it is, guys. It is not the actual house. The foundation's not even poured on this. But as you can see, completion date is estimated for November of 2026. 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath. This is going to be a big one. You're going to have a secondary bedroom downstairs and your primary downstairs in true Perry fashion. Again, I cannot tell you this is the color combo or what it's going to look like, but this is the floor plan representation of what it will be. This is one of my favorite floor plans because it's got that spiral staircase right in the center when you walk in, with the big circle in the middle of that. Perfect place for a chandelier. So I just wanted to show you guys, they do have inventory being built. So if you're thinking, I'm PCSing over there in December, kind of want to live in Castroville, they do have inventory. You can be some of the first in Flat Creek. And one thing I will tell you guys, if you want equity, if you want the best deal on new construction, honestly, being the first in the neighborhood is some of the best deals you can get in, because they're really gauging the market in a new neighborhood. They're trying to get people into the neighborhood so that when it starts selling more frequently and they move on to that next phase, they can bump the prices up. So each phase typically comes with a price increase. So if you are the first in the neighborhood, you typically will have a substantial amount of equity buy phase 2 because they've already increased the prices on phase 2. So this is not a neighborhood that you want to buy in and sell in 2 years. If that's your goal, I have a ton of pre-owned homes I can show you. But if you are thinking, man, Katie, that looks like a great deal, equity to build over the next 5 to 7 years, this is the spot for you guys. You will build a ton of equity, and on your next sell in 7 years, you will have a lump sum of cash to move to that next home. It's going to be a great neighborhood to be in, especially when you're one of the first in there. So that's all I have for you guys. I don't want to keep rambling because y'all know I could keep talking forever. But if you are not done and you want to see some more homes and some more videos, you have your most recent video here and our most popular video right here. Check them out. Make sure you guys leave some comments. Was this helpful? Was it not? Was it boring? I love to know. Sometimes I think I'm boring. Sometimes I think I'm just rambling. But then I get people call me and say, Katie, that was so informational. It was so exciting. We had no idea that neighborhood was coming. So let me know how I did. Let me know if it's helpful for you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one.